We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unless you're loud and black and possess an opinion, then all you get is a bullet. A bullet that held me at bay. A bullet that can puncture my skin, take all my dreams away. A bullet that can silence the words that I speak to my mother just because I'm other. A bullet held me captive. Gun in my face, your hate misplaced. White skin, light skin, but for me, not the right skin. Judging me with no crime committed. Reckless trigger finger itching to prove your worth by disproving mine. My life in your hands, my life on the line. Fred Hampton, Tamir Rice, Rakia Boyd, Reggie Green. Spared by a piece of paper, a student ID that you had to see before you could identify me and set me supposedly free. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. For some of us, maybe. There's nothing self-evident about it.
Don't we want to come together?
But for some of you, coming together means ignoring our experiences.
Break it down for me.
Cultural appropriation.
Sex and gender norms.
Mild adult themes.
Nepotism.
Racist bots.
Black lesbians. You mean two women into each other for reasons other than a straight man's benefit?
Great start. Conspiracy theories, black Scientology.
What?
Freebaiting.
Jesus.
Plus slavery.
Weed.
Cocoa butter. Salty grits. The sunken place.
Fake news. Oppression. That's the new Katy Perry single, right?
Mm-hmm. Oppression featuring Migos.
Seen John Wick.
The first one or the second?
Any of them.
Oh my god.
I know nothing about the John Wick universe.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
You too?
I know nothing about the Wick. I know I need to know about the Wick.
Oh my god.
But I know nothing about the Wick.
It's like you gotta watch the first one because it lays the foundation, tells you the world and all that great stuff, right? Because the second one is non-stop mother effing action. But that first one is a nice little primer. It's got enough action, got enough gun fu in there, if you will.
Gun fu.
But yeah, man, that is such an awesome flick. It's like I don't know. I rarely meet a person who doesn't like it. So
I mean,
that's
it comes highly,
love, yeah.
Nigga, it comes highly recommended.
Y'all gonna love it. I
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
but
everyone
I'm
that
shocked. That's why. Wow. Okay.
Everyone that I know that have seen it, love it. But
Right.
I've never watched the John Wicks yet.
Yeah, no, they're worth the second look, man.
That's 2 hours out of my life that I gotta throw to them very soon. And I've never watched The Last Jedi, even though if you listen to I listen to a lot of nerd podcasts, you know what I mean? Whether it's movie reviews, whether it's comic book reviews, you know, I listen to a lot of those. And if you listen to nerd podcasts, they're run by nerds, and nerds love Star Wars. Yes. So it's been completely impossible to dodge spoilers. And I've tried. I mean, as soon as somebody speak on Star Wars in any nerd podcast, I hit forward, until they stop talking about it. And then, I swear to God, just recently, I mean, as recent as last week, I found out one of the biggest spoilers in that movie. And it's my fault for taking this long. Yeah, it's my fault for taking this long to watch it.
Is it about the... What did you find out? I've seen it.
Something about Luke.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, got it.
And I've been dodging it for so long.
Well, have y'all...
I'm not going to sit around you.
Hear it. I missed it.
It's a great miss. It's a good miss.
Have y'all been following the director troubles, if you will, production, I guess, woes of Solo?
Yeah, apparently they had one director. I think it was Ryan Johnson, and
it was like a duo directing team or whatever.
And then Ron Howard took it over.
Yeah, they got fired, and they were improvising a lot, and it wasn't really working. Yeah, it wasn't really working.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So they got fired. They got warned. They had plenty. Well, the way the stories was reported, they had a couple opportunities to kind of steer the ship back on course.
Yeah.
And they kind of decided, or they felt that this is how they work. This was their process. This is how they wanted to do it, and Disney decided that, okay, well, this is how Disney works. Bye.
I mean,
They
they need to learn from how Marvel does it, because Marvel, that's how Ant-Man got a different director, because the original director of the Ant-Man movie was like, I want to do it my way. And Marvel, Disney, all of them are like, no.
I'm so
Nope,
sad
this
that
our
didn't
way.
work
You
out,
gonna
though.
get down and lay down.
But his DNA was the sad part about that is his DNA was still all over that movie, man. It was so sad to be like, oh, you couldn't see it through to the finish line,
Man, because the thing is, his DNA was in the movie, but it still lacks some of him. It just sucks if
you
know what I mean,
wasn't there,
because you can see the style in the original directors, but it's like, man, it's not your biting. And I still don't know why. Didn't he also direct that movie where Jamie Foxx took my name? Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx's name is Bats in there. I've never seen.
Seriously, I've never seen it.
Seriously,
I've never seen it.
That's the one thing I know.
His name is Bats.
His name is Bats. That's his name.
I'm like, no, you can't do that.
I'm like, aside from Batman himself, I've never seen a character in fiction named Bats. Now, niggas gonna think I'm taking it from fucking Jamie Foxx. No, fuck you, Jamie Foxx.
That's alright. You have a track record.
Oh no, it's not Jamie Foxx's fault. I'm sorry.
It's
Edgar Wright's fault.
Fuck you, Edgar Wright, if you wrote that.
Yeah.
He probably did. Fuck him.
He seems like the writer,
like
director type. Yeah, he is the writer, director.
He has his hands in it, if not only.
Does anybody remember that movie though?
What, Baby
No,
Driver?
it didn't. It wasn't. It didn't make an.
It didn't make a lot of money, but it was critically acclaimed.
Right. Yeah. Nobody went to see it, but
it got
people
great
liked it.
reviews.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm almost gonna watch it out of curiosity. It's a dumbass name for the movie.
Yeah, that turned everybody off, man.
They should have named it
It's
something
a
else.
horrible name for a movie.
I mean, I feel like my man, I don't know, dude. He just has a bad track record. Like, nobody went to see Scott Pilgrim. I thought that was
I love Scott Pilgrim.
Right? And
That
no one
movie
cared.
was dope.
No one cared.
We're gonna review that one day. I love Scott Pilgrim.
I love it too.
Like,
it is. It's been coming on HBO lately.
The beauty of what we've been establishing here is like anything, lore, comic related, we can watch. Did you see that Robin Hood freaking trailer?
Yeah.
No.
They're flipping a whole new Robin Hood.
How do you feel about it?
Is it a creepy Robin Hood?
No, it's more for the kids.
No, not for the children, for the teens.
Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, not for
the
children.
teens. It's not for the kids.
Right, yeah, that's what I mean, right.
This isn't Disney's Robin Hood.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the teen
the generation who's going to spend their
Okay.
money on.
My brain always goes dark.
Okay.
But they flip it because the thing is,
they got the kid from what's the movie he's in? The Secret Service thing, the Golden Circle. What was it?
Kingsman.
Kingsman. Yeah, they got.
I didn't see any of those, but I heard part one. I heard part one was great.
Yeah,
and part two was blah.
It was there are problems with part two, but I still enjoyed it.
But people
very
talk
much.
about part one like it
is because it was such an original take, and it was hard to be that fresh. I think the second time too, and there's a lot of things wrong with it, but
this is the Robin Hood trailer.
Oh.
Jamie Foxx is in it.
Okay, Jamie Foxx. Why didn't I know about this?
I just saw
The
it.
hell?
He's got our commoners looking up, seeing hope.
Ooh.
If I may,
Batman Robin Hood.
I propose a bounty. 1,000 a week until he's caught. Okay?
I've never seen anything like you. You stare dead in the face. That's why I chose you.
You are curious?
He's under the hood.
He's obviously well trained. You clatter him. He's a smash and grabber, nothing more. Who do you think the thief is?
He's all of us.
Do you want to admire?
He has his qualities. He's not me.
Are you sure?
Crusader.
Now, you have to be a warrior.
You wanted to steal it.
Now's your time.
Was that supposed to happen?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Taron Egerton. Okay.
Y'all ever seen Eddie the Eagle?
No.
No, dang. Okay,
Never even heard of it.
So
I like that actor a lot, man. I wanted to see him do a lot more. So I'm
he is good.
I'm hoping that this does well, but I'm not. Oh, you like it? Okay, cool.
Looks cool.
All right,
It looks interesting to me. I like them when they flip like old joints because I'm a sucker for the King Arthurs, the Robin Hoods,
Yeah.
the old lore
Those
shit,
are
the
always
Peter
great.
Pans. So, like certain things, just like if you flip it, I'm gonna give it a shot because it was so entwined to my childhood. Because I read the King Arthur books.
Oh, okay,
I
fair
read
enough.
Peter Pan book. I read the Robin Hood books.
Okay.
So it's like
Gotcha,
you know what I mean.
gotcha. It's a different connection.
Certain things, all the Greek mythology shit too. Like certain things when they come out, it's like. Even though I'm apprehensive because I don't see him as Robin Hood the actor. Like I'm enjoying the concept of mixing the old with the new, with the machinery and the weaponry, and I like the way that it looks. But as soon as I saw that he's Robin Hood, I was let down a bit. I don't see him as Robin Hood. He might swag it, but that's why you said this is like Robin Hood for the teens or something. Because it's like, nah, not my Robin Hood. Hashtag not my Robin Hood.
He's got a nice little.
The story looks interesting though.
It does. So, yeah.
I think the style and the story looks interesting when I watch it. It makes me curious to see it, but not him.
Yeah, well, okay. I actually had the opposite response because somebody had to tell me. They showed me the trailer at work, and then they had to tell me who that was. He's unrecognizable here compared to how we've seen him
really
before.
is.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
Kingsman,
he really
and
is.
Eddie the Eagle too. He's just, fair enough.
Yeah.
But he, somebody had to tell me who it was, and once they did that, and I went back and watched it, I'm like, oh, now I'm sorry, my phone is charging. I'm a little more interested in it now than I was before.
I'm interested off style and story. That's where they're gonna get my money at, and hopefully this Robin Hood, 1, wins me over. 2, have enough sequels to the fact that he starts looking the part because he looks just too young to be Robin.
Yeah,
Oh, you think this one will go more than one?
If it's a hit, they'll always everyone wants sequels. Everyone wants a universe now. If it's a hit, hopefully he can grow into it, get a beard or something. I don't know. I just don't see him as Robin Hood.
I agree.
That's the only throw off for me on it.
I'll give you that. But I just kind of want to see what he does with it. I do agree with you.
I'm gonna give him a shot.
Yeah. I'm gonna give
I
him a
think
shot.
the whole movie just looks really interesting, though.
Yeah.
I like how they kind of, like you said, put a twist on everything and everything's sort of modernized.
But still old school.
It's still very old school.
They mixed in it.
It feels
a little more advanced. I like that.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it feels like what kind of turns me off about the style, a bit of it, is not that it's not great, but that it reminds me of a Guy Ritchie kind of approach to stuff.
And I like Guy Ritchie, so fuck you.
You do? Okay, fair enough. I like him too.
I like his style, for real.
But then
he's about to make Aladdin. I don't know how he's about to do Aladdin. That King Arthur suck. Those trailers look cool.
Did you see King Arthur?
No, I just saw the trailers.
No.
Okay, that was his. That's him.
Okay.
No,
It sucked.
you should watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But you're saying it sucked.
God.
Yes.
King Arthur sucked.
no.
Because the trailer looked interesting, but I'm like, to me, they oftentimes get too far ahead of one of the key things that made King Arthur kick ass.
I feel like they sold you if you because I wasn't really familiar with the trailer before seeing it, but I think the trailer sells you a different movie than what you get.
The tightest thing about King Arthur, I think that you should sell your movie on is the love triangle between Lancelot and Guinevere, and all the missions that he goes on with his squad. Like if that's and oftentimes in these movies they leave out the fun of the missions with him and his squad. And I don't know. I don't think in recent times we even get the love triangle. I swear that love triangle taught me not to fuck my friend's girl. At a young age, I just felt so torn up by that reading it.
That was the.
I was young, man. I'm reading this at like 8 or 7. I'm reading this young. My grandma was always on this shit about like we go to the library like every other weekend, and she was like read shit. You know what I mean?
Did you read that though?
Nigga, I read Robin Hood. Nigga, I read these books, man. And in the book, as a little kid, I didn't go, I'm not gonna fuck my friend's girl, but it's like it was put in my head to know that it is wrong. Like that hit that. I don't know, as a little kid that hit me. Like I was mad. I remember being mad. Like that's King Arthur's girl, Lancelot. Like I was mad, nigga. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like that's one of the fundamentals in that story. And they be cutting that shit out a lot of times. I'm like, wait, why y'all trying to make this whole new twist on Guinevere and King Arthur? Nigga, I want the love triangle. I want the best friendship between King Arthur and Lancelot. I want the betrayal. I want some goddamn action with the fucking squad. If you ain't giving me that, I ain't trying to watch the King Arthur.
Right. Well, see, that's what you just gave me sounded was much better than the movie you're gonna get.
Oh man.
Unfortunately,
that
I'm sorry.
sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's what I'm saying about Guy Ritchie's approach. That's what sort of turns me off a little bit.
Wait,
Even scares
pause
me.
for 1 second. So for everyone listening, you just got the reviewing that's review of King Arthur. I said what I wanted.
You're welcome.
And then Marty let me know that's not there.
Said, hold up.
So we know I know it's going to really suck now, and I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Quick ass review. We're doing some quick reviews. Give him a quick Jessica Johnson review.
Jessica Johnson?
Arther J.Steel. I'm sorry, Jessica Jones.
I'm like, no.
Wait, hold up.
My bad. I looked at Jessica Johnson, thinking about Jessica Jones, 'cause I'm about to crack a joke on Jessica Johnson, because all this motherfucker said throughout that time was like, oh, right? Oh. That's all they gonna hear us saying while we talking about King Arthur. Like, well, that Robin Hood trailer looked good, though.
It really did.
But I'm curious, I really want to see what I heard that Guy Ritchie was attached to direct Aladdin. I'm like, how you gonna do Aladdin?
Right.
This is a live action Aladdin.
Live action Aladdin, Guy Ritchie, with his quick ass, how he presents his freaking shit. I'm curious how you gonna do it.
I'm very intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
I'm still kind of irritated that they're making a live action Aladdin. I love Aladdin.
I want to see live action. I want to see live action everything.
How are we gonna fumble up the casting though? That's the question.
They already did.
Oh shit.
Well, no, they didn't.
Oh, they fumbled it up, or they already casted it.
They cast it already.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's mostly cast, but the reason why I say they
Who's
fumbled it up, the guy plays Aladdin. He's known for some shit, but the thing is, they had like these two other people that were way better for the Aladdin role.
And this Aladdin's kind of white.
Like
I knew it.
white.
I knew it.
He is not white,
He's
man.
not?
No.
He favors that.
Am I confusing it?
2019 cast of Aladdin. Naomi Scott, she's from Power Rangers. She plays Jasmine.
Oh, Will Smith's the genie. That's
Will Smith
right. I
is
do
the
remember
genie.
that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I forgot about
That's gonna
that.
be
Yeah.
very strange.
Mina Massoud. He's not a white guy. He's this guy right here. He's an actor. He's gonna be Aladdin. He was in Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, Open Heart. Never seen any of this shit.
Let me see what else he's been in.
Masters in Crime, Found an Exam, Ordinary Days, Saving Hope, Watch Dogs 2, Last Rap, American
Do
Stand.
we have a preview, a trailer, a teaser, anything from this
They
yet?
just started shooting. They just started. I don't even think they started shooting yet. You know what I mean?
Seriously?
They just finished casting.
When
it.
is it supposed to come out?
But this is Aladdin, 2019.
Oh.
Okay.
This is the guys playing Aladdin. And,
Okay.
I mean, he's gonna pass.
Okay.
But there's this one guy.
I'll give him a shot.
I'll give him a shot. But
Keyword pass.
yeah, because this is one guy that was up for the role, bro. That my dude, like, when I saw him, I like.
He looked like Aladdin. That's what I'm saying.
That was Aladdin. We talking about the same person. I was like, I can't think of this guy's name. I just looked at that guy like,
Yeah.
it's Aladdin.
Yep, that's
he
him
didn't
right
get
there.
it, and it sucks.
Mhm.
But like, we'll see. So anyway,
Fair enough.
we've been talking for a long ass time. Let's get into reviewing that. What's happening, y'all listening, bro? We've been rambling, we've been rolling, man. This is that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats. Spell that Mr. Router, you ain't gonna find me. And we here for reviewing that there white people. You heard? No, reviewing them there white people. I'm sorry. Reviewing them there white people. Who I'm in the building with, man.
Hey, it's J.Steel, y'all. You can follow me on Instagram at I am J.Steel. I'm also J.Steel of TheMisbelief, misbelief.podbean, TheMisbelief.podbean.com, and also of the most amazing food blog ever, FatGirlNola.
Yeah, man.
And it's also me here, Marty, your favorite host. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at MartyEdwards504. You can also find me at lowrainpictures.com, where I co-host a show with the Arrogant Observer called Your30 with Marty and the Arrogant Observer.
Congratulations, y'all, on your 4th year anniversary, right?
Yeah, we are.
4 years as your 30 at least.
Woo, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. That bill's about to come up. So, yeah.
That's what's up,
it's all
man.
good. But thank you for
Hell
that.
yeah,
So,
I mean, like I said
it's
before,
been fun.
I've said this a few times. I was you guys podcasting. It's 3 podcasts that made me believe I could podcast. Y'all podcast, movie trailer review podcast, and a black guy who tips. You feel me? Those 3, because I'm like, damn, my niggas doing these, and these are 2 black podcasts with like, nerds and some shit talking about like activism and reviewing shit and comic shit. Nigga, I could do that. Let's go.
Right.
You hear me? So like, yeah, dog. Congratulations to the Big Brother cast over there.
Appreciate you. No, and let me just say that your show makes us want to step up our game. So thank you, man.
So, oh man, see love all around.
No, for real. I mean that sincerely. So
That boy, Arrogant Observer had me pissed off early. He fucking cock teased. This dude put up an Instagram picture of because usually when y'all drop a new episode and because we recorded outside 8 a day and I was like, man, they gonna probably record because we was wondering if y'all reply. So he said, I'm telling y'all, I said, watch, while we're recording this, theirs is gonna drop. So just look for it when we do it side B. So Lawrence put up a picture of you guys, Therapy Noir, who just came back with theirs, and off the some theater podcast, off the chart, off the something. He gonna be mad off to something, but he says it's a really good theater podcast. So he said, and he's the one. He said this week marks 4 years for the Your30 Podcast, etc., etc. So I was like, a new episode's up. Let me go see who they gave us, goddammit, for the Black Panther 6 Degree Separation Challenge.
Okay, so let me.
And it's not up. And he said, oh no. I'm just saying that we coming this week with it, but it's not like you motherfucker.
Yo, spoiler alert. Because I was like, okay, I got some other stuff I need to drop, so let's just take this week off. And then we got here and you played that for me, and I was like,
I told you.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, I'd already told him, take the week off. And then I was like, you know what? Like a day went by, and I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Yeah, just go ahead. And then I slept on it, and I was like, you know what? I'm ready to do this. Let's do this now. And
we got to record.
I hit him up and I'm like, yeah, man, on Sunday, dude, I'm off. I got to go do this thing. But yeah, dude, after that, we need to record, man. Come on, clap back time, baby, clap back.
You ready?
And he's like, I get off from work at 3, and then I'm spending the rest of the time with my mother. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. My bad. I'm sorry.
It is a holiday.
It's Mother's Day. And it's like, yeah, you want to take I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, okay, cool. So we'll wait. But yeah,
we're waiting. I was on there like, man, we didn't get our response.
I know. I was like, I was gonna just do it off. I was just gonna record it right then and there and drop it that same day. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not no editing, no nothing. No, we're just
I'm gonna just do it on my phone.
Oh yeah, no,
so
we're doing this.
For the people that's listening, that might know what we're talking about. Right now, once again, I'm a representative of the FlyWithBats Podcast. That's the main show on this feed, and Marty's representative of, as you've heard, the Your30 Podcast. Yeah. And we often send friendly challenges at each other. So Arrogant Observer sent us a challenge of 6 degrees of separation Black Panther. And basically, we throwing each other actors and actresses, and you got to take whatever actor or actress that's been chosen and see how you can connect them through cast or crew to lead yourself back to somebody in Black Panther. You feel me? Right. And it's been fun. But anybody go listen to our last episode? We talked some cash money shit, goddammit. So we waiting. We waiting for the response. We here.
That's cool.
Send anybody, goddammit. I don't give a fuck who they are. We gonna connect that shit.
Quite enjoying this.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on mine for a few days now. So
so you know already.
Yeah, I'm so ready. Yeah.
Oh man.
I haven't talked to him about who he thinks, but I think I got a good one.
All right, so never mind. I was about to say when I stop recording, I was about to say, look, you gotta tell me who it is, so when we record side B, we already know. We can already be do.
I tell you what, I will text him and see what he thinks.
See what he thinks. You ain't gotta put like this. I don't know when we're recording side B just yet, but I'll wait. I mean, not wait, but whenever it naturally comes, and if y'all have not dropped yours
tomorrow, I'll know tomorrow.
Oh, so that's straight up because I know we ain't gonna do side B tomorrow. Well, we might. I'll let you know.
All right. I'll keep you posted, brother. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You better come with it, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, people, we here to review them Dere White People. And I have a confession to make, and I'll make mine. I don't know my other people in the room.
Oh, what?
But we chastised Marty so hard for riding all the way up to episode 8, and I said that I would only go to maybe 4.
Kind of like,
Wait a minute. Wait. How far? Where did y'all stop?
Oh gosh.
Episode 8.
Like 8, maybe.
Yeah.
It just kept going.
Nigga did not get to 10.
No, we didn't get to 10. No.
Sure. Okay.
I'm absolutely sure. I'm
at 9.
I saw the beginning of 9.
Okay, yeah. See, I just stopped it because I wasn't a big fan of 8. So I was like, this might be a good place to stop.
Oh, you weren't a fan of 8?
Really?
I can't wait to get to 8 now. Okay. I think I liked 8.
Okay.
I definitely liked 8.
You liked 8?
I think I like 8, but we can't speak on 8 right now because we're here to talk about 2 and 3.
Right.
This is another thing too. I realized watching this show in chunks was more enjoyable than single episodes. Like if I had to do this week to week, I don't know if it would have felt the same way. Like being able to digest it all at once.
Yeah, I like it.
It flowed a lot better that way.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But fuck both of you. I think it'll be cool week to week.
Yeah?
I think it'll be cool week to week because the thing is, like how I feel about Atlanta. We about to start an Atlanta review cast. Joseph and DC. They've been wanting to do Atlanta. So it's like, yeah. So
I can't wait for that.
What's hilarious about it, as a little quick segue with Alpha Joe, is me and Alpha Joe both love Atlanta. DC loves the first.
You do.
DC loves the first season. So I can't wait till we get to the second season of Atlanta because that's when we're gonna see what we're talking about. And the thing is,
episode by episode,
we're gonna do probably how we're doing now, maybe like two first. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're gonna see how it rock out. But I know definitely with that show, because the thing is, I was kind of like avoiding trying to review Atlanta because some shows I like and want to review, and some shows I just want to just like. And just not even dissect
not
it.
touch 'em.
Just watch.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You feel me? And Atlanta was one I listened to other reviews on it, and I was enjoying other people's reviews, and you know. But since it's gonna be gone for probably like a year or two, why not rewatch it, talk about it, give more content, and rock that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? And we're gonna probably bring in guest stars, guest co-hosts to talk about certain episodes.
Right.
So that's what we're going. It's gonna be reviewing that Atlanta. But Atlanta, you hear me? But how you felt about this? We on reviewing them dead white people, volume 2, episode 2. This was a Reggie episode. What's the initial thoughts, man?
Oh,
okay. I love the actor Reggie. I'm sorry, I love the actor Reggie. I love the actor who plays Reggie. I just I listened to so most times, or at least last night when I watched the show, I had to kind of do it more silently than loudly. So I had some headphones on, but they're really good headphones, I imagine. But they really are. But you can hear him breathing and like taking every breath before he says a word, and it's just like he's so controlled.
He has a very unique way of delivering his words.
Does.
He does. He really, really does. And it's like you like just being able to sort of embrace it or hear it in that way. It kind of, I don't know, it gave me a different appreciation for him. I dug him even more.
Yeah.
And I just wanted more episodes with him. It was you get to the point. For me, what happens is they get you so engrossed in a character where you're like, all right, well, man, I want another episode of your girl, Sam. I want another Sam episode because that first one ended so like, no, where are we going now? Right. It's like, nope, now we got to jump to Reggie. And it's like, oh man, I was just into Sam.
But then
like,
they
make you into Reggie, and it's like, oh man, I want another Reggie episode. Oh shoot, we got to jump the Lionel now.
Right, but then you
get in the Lionel episode.
At one point, I remember screaming out, man, where's Coco? And we got
a Coco episode. Yes. Oh my god, yeah.
So yeah, no, I love Reggie. I want more Reggie.
I agree.
Yeah.
Reggie's awesome.
Yeah.
Reggie's really, really dope. And like you said, his delivery. Like every time he speaks, I'm just like, I kind of just sit there and I tilt my head and I'm like, oh, you're so interesting. He's like a mixture of aggression, but there's still like a lot of thoughtfulness in everything he says.
Agreed.
Almost like a calculated, intelligent shade. If that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
Second that.
And he represents, like I said, so many facets of the black man, dog, because they made him, like you said, both aggressive, super intelligent. He's a freaking computer hacker, and he's a sensitive side.
He's also very vulnerable.
He's very vulnerable, and it's a funny thing in this coming episode about how, like, man, my dad was a fucking Panther. I come from Panthers.
Yeah.
And I got punked out by Rent-A-Cop. He really takes that hard to heart. And one thing I definitely identify with him on is, like, like, I have an anxiety around cops now because I've been fucked with about cops so many times. When I'm driving, if I see a cop car got issue, and when I get pulled over, my hands shake instantly because, like, I've been fucked with that much. Nigga, I've gotten hacked up. Nigga, someone broke into my car once, and they tried to arrest me, and I called them. Like, what the fuck? Crazy shit. I got crazy cop stories. So seeing Reggie go through this issue of, like, he just keep on seeing this rental cop pull out his gun. I had an instant like connection, like, bro, I know that right there. So once again, I applaud this volume 2 of Dear White People in general because they're not pulling no punches. Like it's like volume 1 set the stage. They took you from the movie to show you how to watch us now in this capacity, and now volume 2 is like, okay, now that we got you, now we about to really get into not only just these thoughts and these topics, but they do character work better than most shows on television.
They really do.
Because it's amazing that they, once again, Atlanta lightweight does it, but they purposely want to get away from linear storytelling. So when you get the linear storytelling in Atlanta, you almost like, oh my God, that went from A, B to C. Like, okay. But Atlanta takes a character away from everything and works on their work. And I love the character work Atlanta does. Insecure brings you into the world, and they're like, man, just stay on the ride. We're going to just throw you these characters. Miley, Issa, Lawrence. Miley, Issa, Lawrence. Here's a friend. We're going to give it to you in this way that is kind of what we're used to, but still for black television in a manner that is still can keep you off center because you don't know what's going to happen in each one of those worlds. Because that's what they do in Insecure. They give you their worlds and then bring them together. But one thing about Dear White People is they give you that feeling I just spoke about in Atlanta of taking this character and you getting into their world, into their life, but it still serves like perfectly the overall arching narrative that they're telling for the season. Like everybody's separate story builds to the whole story of it, just clues. It's like a big mystery thing, and it's just I don't know anyone else that's doing it like this.
When you're saying that too, that reminds me of the podcast I listened to with Justin Simeon talking about how it's like the actors in this show, they're competing against each other. It's like it's an acting challenge going on between all of them. It's like when they get their episode, they're like, man, I'm about to kill this shit. Yeah. And he's like, they do it each and every time, and it's like he wasn't lying. Yeah. And it's like you see it too, and it's like I see it, like I just see it in your or I hear it in your description, and I'm like, yeah, that's all of them.
You
can
get
tell.
I don't like. There might be certain episodes that you might connect with better, but currently I don't have like. I'll say anybody watch any episode. I'm like, watch this episode. Just watch it. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter, right?
They all
Which
stand,
character, right? Yeah.
They all stand great, man. Like Lionel episodes. Because I was, once again, with my nigga Troy at, it's like all the episodes. Because since we've gotten to 8 episodes,
right,
we've gotten to a point where I could be like, damn, dog, like, my nigga Troy has a great arc. Coco has a great episode. Lionel, everything. And who we find out Ivy is just interesting.
Troy, oh my God.
Troy gets like the best. Like,
we can't talk about it yet. We're on Volume 2, Episode 2. We're going to get to all of that. Let's just start the episode. If anybody's watching with us, I just hit play.
He hit play.
Know that I will let you know when I pause it for us to go on certain tangents and rants. But if you're watching with us, we starting with Reggie walking up. And Reggie, man, like this white girl comes up to him and they're already exhibiting, the pity pussy.
Pity pussy.
Pity pussy.
That's right.
And,
you don't know what pity pussy is. Pity pussy is pussy that you get out of pity.
If it wasn't So he's having flashbacks to one of the best episodes of last season, which was his episode. Yeah. And when the rent-a-car mother security guard pulled a gun out on him for absolutely no goddamn reason. I just hit pause. And it escalated. And one interesting thing about that episode was the talk of nigger. Now, how do you feel about motherfucking white people rapping nigger?
You should never, if you are Caucasian, if you are not black, you should not be saying nigger. I don't give a fuck which one of your favorite black artists, celebrities, whoever said nigga, do not fucking say it. No, I don't care. Nope. I don't care if it's in the song. Nope. It's not cool. Don't say it. And there was even a line in that episode where he was like, it's part of the song. What do you want me to do? Not respect the art? Like, shut the fuck up. No, don't say it. That's how I feel. Don't say it.
What you saying, Marty? Because this almost got my nigga shot. So
yeah.
I don't know. In that like.
They take it too far. Like,
yeah, sometimes
they take it too far. No,
it's one of those things where it's like you don't even want to open up the door for anything like that because you don't want to give them the power to make that mistake or do the wrong thing, right? Or abuse it in the wrong way. So yeah, well, here's the thing. It's like, say if you're at a concert and there's a Caucasian person, singing along to a rap song.
Go to a Kanye concert.
Yeah,
that's how they are.
I'm trying to think of any concert I've been to in the last like decade, even that it's like I wasn't somewhat in that scenario. Maybe once, maybe a couple times. But anyway, yeah, it's just I don't know. I in my head, I think like I try not to make it my responsibility to police the people around me that I don't know.
Right.
But I do I do command a bit of respect in terms of the people who I do know around me.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I think where I stand with that is really clear with them. So, you know, there's never really an issue there. But in terms of like, I don't know, just like a random person out somewhere or in a club, maybe singing it, I just, I don't know, sometimes most times I just let that slide. Yeah, if I don't, if it's a song or whatever, yeah.
If I'm not around you, I can't control what the fuck you do around you and your white people.
Right.
If I don't know you, like you said, we're at a club or public atmosphere, I can't control that neither.
Right.
But in that situation, I'm with J.Steel. Like, your boy straight up asking, hey, don't say that.
Yeah.
If a black person
That's different,
straight up and he know you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just dapping off, it was cool.
That's
But
your
motherfucker tell you, hey, for me, don't do that. You shouldn't argue as a white person. Just be
Right.
all right, fool. It's
That's
not
not
hard
bad.
to
That's
not
it.
say nigga in that instance. If you
Right.
hear that the motherfucker asked you politely, and because he was polite about it before it got escalated. You know what I mean? And it should have been.
It wasn't confrontational.
It should have been no confrontation like that shit would have happened with Dan Rue. That was one of my biggest problems with him, dog. They got this nigga hyped up, and then as a white dude, you arguing with black people for your right to say it because you down with black people. No, I'm sorry, dog.
That's the problem right there. Nah, that's fucked up. You can't do that shit because, like you said, that opens all kind of fucking doors. And with you being a white person, you need to respect and understand the history of that word and realize it is not okay for you to say it, and it will never be fucking okay. And if you are down with black people, you should know this shit. So that makes it even worse.
Unless I could get a little bit of your, unless like every time you said nigga, it was like a, like let's say white privilege glowed off your body, right? So let's say every time you said nigger, some of that glow went to my body, and I got some white privilege glow.
Or if it was like Tattoo Man, every time you say it and you're white, you die.
Damn! Wow. No, back to mine.
Nah, I'm actually not against her.
So
I'm with this dark.
So like for every time you say nigger, that means I get a good free 10 passes around cops, but you don't. So your next 10 times, you're gonna get like your ass whooped, possibly shot.
Like every time a white person says nigga, they gotta give up some sort of get out of something free card.
Yeah.
Justice
it goes to me.
I'll take it.
But and it guarantees you that you have to have a black
we get
problem.
To take a bit of your white privilege
every
time.
But you
say
have to get a black problem in return. I'm not leaving that punishment out.
Ooh, gotta get a black problem and give up white
privilege. So I get some of your privilege. So the next, if you say it around me or to me or around anyone I'm around, you feel me? We get like, the next few times we're in a white privilege moment, we get white privilege.
Yeah, so
but the next time you're in one,
white privilege pass and you lose a piece of your credit score.
Not even just that. I mean just bad shit.
You'll take that? Yeah. Ooh, shit.
You can lose if you want. I could be any random thing. Like you tried to get in that college. Oh, guess what, Becky? You didn't get in that college. You said nigger last week.
Quota.
And you got your next 5 instances. Sorry, that happened around college acceptance letter time. You thought you were Shaquisha. Or like, you know what I mean? Just anything that's like, oh, this cop that would have usually let you pass. Oh, no. That cop thinks you have a problem with him. Oh, shit, he pulled out his gun. What are you going to do? Don't act like a white man or you're going to die. Boom, that's what you get for saying nigga. So if we get that, you know,
I'll take it.
Cool.
Then I would still most likely say fuck you, but I'll take it over anything else.
It just won't have as much venom in it.
Yeah, that would be an easier way to take it because I would still get mad at the word, but I'll say fuck you, but laugh like haha. Oh my shit,
I'll be taking that privilege now.
No, that boy, I
don't want my tattoo though.
You try to kill people. They would have niggas around here seriously like provoking white people so they could get that. Come on. Go ahead, nigga.
Do it. He's tattooed out.
What rhymes with Wick?
I'm with you forever.
Ooh. But okay, guys, pressing play again. Right, we're on this.
So it was a little bit of fun for a while. Yeah.
So we was on this scene where they going back into the history of, and I love how they're going back and forth to the history of the college and the institution, because with this being the setting of a freaking, white ass school like this, how it is mirrored in today's society with a small percentage of black people. If anything, this college is America. Like, there's probably just as many black people
Yes.
there. There's probably just as many, you know what I mean? This college is all of American. What the fuck niggas gotta deal with? It was funny as hell seeing Reggie freshman year.
Yeah, I like really freshman year Reggie,
We
man.
get little green
He reminds me
computer
of-
science Reggie with his pants up high, and he's all eager and nerdy. He's totally different
Different
swag.
vibe,
Oh my
good
God.
acting. And Sam and Coco was kind of checking him out.
Doesn't he remind you of Hitch from
Yes. Oh my goodness, he does.
that first year?
No,
when he meets that girl.
Oh,
he
you
gets
mean
his
when he
heart
was a
broken.
square?
Yeah, when he
yeah,
gets his heart
yeah.
broken. That's what he
And
reminds
the
me
girl
of.
cheated on him. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
And that doesn't come out in this episode, that mind. But anyway,
Sorry.
I can't wait to get a Troy episode. You're right. But it's interesting seeing this dynamic of him and this super
Oh my
freaking
God.
white
Him
guy.
and
His roommate. And his
Y'all
roommate tried to
remember
check him
him?
for drinking because Thane's stupid ass got drunk on the first season and
Yeah.
leaked
Oh
off.
yeah.
Do y'all
He's like-
remember him from the first season leading that protest?
He led that protest like a
I
bitch.
didn't remember it exactly, but now it's kind of coming back to me, his face.
Oh my God, he also kind of looks like Gabe from the movie.
He does look like
Kind
movie
of.
Gabe.
Movie Gabe. I want to punch your face too. So what are they discussing here, man? With Gabe,
the drinking.
I know they're
think?
going on for a
he's
while,
viral.
about drinking, and he's like, you need to respect. This is how he died, or some crap like
It's
that.
gonna be a dry run, man. I thought we made an agreement.
And once again, it's more.
Oh
problems.
yeah, don't shorten my name. Don't lengthen my name.
Yeah, once again, you trying to make me what you want me to be. And one thing I love about Reggie is he's not going to be boxed, especially by this white guy. Hell no, son. And stop asking me how I'm doing. And this whole episode is like Reggie just trying to cope, but everybody's doing what they do.
Right.
Many times,
Yeah.
the best way to be there for someone is to just wait for them to let you know that they're ready. Or you know what I
Right,
mean?
give them their damn space.
Give them their space, man.
But no, him being a little white man and trying to be helpful. I'm here for you, Reg.
Trying to push you toward, like, he just, as a white man, he's like, yeah, man, I can fix it. I can control it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets an alert of fucking therapy. I love that he calls it that, fucking therapy.
Right.
And he goes for fucking therapy, and that's his first instance of seeing the cop and the security guard in his head pulling a gun on him. It's hilarious that it's white people that's making him see this.
Yeah.
And it would be Gabe. And we see this dynamic of Gabe catching him looking like he fucking out his mind and wanting to talk, and Reggie like, I need to talk to you, man. Like,
Right.
and one thing I like is what's gonna come in future episodes about Gabe. Reggie already could smell off Gabe, like, nigga, like, you're not my friend. Like, we're not friends.
Nowhere near.
You dig? But Gabe wants to save the world apparently.
Gabe
And
has white guilt.
heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy white guilt, and he's trying to
Gabe.
fix it. He's trying to understand his role in oppression, which I respect, but he's still fucking Gabe. So.
Pause.
Well, he's holding on to the fact that he called the cops too. It's
Yeah,
like it's
there's a
heavy
lot-
on
there's
his
a lot
soul.
of
So he's-
guilt there.
It's like it's dripping off him. It's like, God damn.
And in a way, it's cool, but it also seems very self-serving and kind of annoying.
Fuck Gabe.
It's very like,
Yeah.
I'm white and I understand.
You don't
I'm
even
white.
understand how mad I
Like,
was when I saw he
listen,
had an episode.
Does that mean I'm a racist?
God damn.
Like,
Racist?
I mean that pregnant pause just like should get you a punch in the face.
He's just annoying character. Screw
He's so
Gabe.
annoying. And I
Yeah.
hate his hair.
it's
Sidebar
like-
woman shit. He looked good in the first season. You look like shit now. At least
He
you
does-
were kind of like, okay, little
Yeah.
kind of long hair swag. No, you look like shit now. And bye.
Agreed.
And just doing now the thing is your whole reason for doing this, like I feel Sam from the last episode of bruh, like you only doing this to get my attention. This is my kick, and I feel played that you had the nerve to pull this, knowing that you saying my message, but you're a white man and they would hear from you better.
Exactly.
And if you really know Sam and you dated her and all this shit, and it's obvious you still got feelings for her and stuff, you should already know how like freaking not just annoying, not even just disrespectful, but just fucking it's a bitch move, man. This ain't even your kick. You a documentary student. You was never on an activism kick. That was Sam shit. You was trying to calm her down from it. So now all of a sudden you on this. I hate Gabe. In a weird way, I can't wait for his episode so I can have more free reign to not spoil what's to come. But people already listening already know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to just say this. The read on Gabe in episode 8. Fuck him. But we're not on there yet. So I love the transition that they did for Reggie coming into his therapist office of this white man that obviously does not understand him. And I feel like Reggie understands the situation of therapy and with purpose he quote unquote serves more so than the therapist does.
Yeah, he's 5 pages ahead of the therapist through this entire conversation.
Why are you here? So I won't be labeled an angry black man. I mean, come on.
And I love the part where Reggie basically says, if y'all really gave a shit about me, y'all would have had the damn cop in therapy.
Right. or like, you know, fired.
Yeah, something. Some kind of action.
Like,
right.
I'm just here because y'all covering y'all ass in case some motherfucker kills himself. It's like, you're not thinking about killing
this
yourself.
White man is just not listening. Right.
And it's like, he's so just
like, dude, do you hear what he's
behind.
saying? Like, you gotta be by the book for everything. Like, this man, real life, had a fucking gun to his face. Like
all he can do is chuckle at his ass. Like,
right.
It's like he has no response for him.
And it's a trippy thing just being black in America most times, like you get so mistranslated. Like he's not hearing him he just only picked out from the black man's lips, only words he heard was, pausing this right quick, only words he heard was kill. Well, you want to kill yourself? Like, my dude, I'm explaining to you intelligently why I'm not really feeling this. It's really the therapist's job to get past this obstacle. But he doesn't care about the obstacle. All thing he cares about is saying, oh, yep, I listened to the black guy speak. And Reggie's basically telling them, like,
okay.
That's all we're here for, is for you to let people know that, you know, for you to let people know that I'm okay. And it's, but neither of us gonna really open up. The white man can open up enough to try to, because from what I feel like a therapist should do is they should try to connect with whoever they're talking to.
Yeah, definitely.
You feel me? I ain't saying you guys, but I mean, if you want a person to talk to you, they gotta feel safe and comfortable around you.
Right, because the therapist, you're a total stranger.
Come on.
Like, what the fuck makes me want to open up to you? You gotta connect with me. You gotta be real with me. You gotta, like, relate to my experiences in some kind of way, or fuck you. And then what's the point?
Well, yeah, why are we here?
Or find some magical, mystical way to get me to talk to you. I don't know, dog, but if I've never been to a therapist, but I would imagine that they gotta be more intuitive and listening a lot better than this bullshit.
Yep, they definitely do.
And and it's anyway. There's so many metaphors nigga could go off on about just this black man speaking his mind and this white man not hearing the truth of the matter or not seeing what's really happening, and you're supposed to be the one with the credentials to see this. Once again, so much, but we gotta keep going. So we get to Reggie gotta go see the Dean Fairbanks, and Troy's already over there. We're just seeing the deconstruction of Troy. Like, every episode is like his beard gets a little thicker, he's smoking a little bit more weed. This guy's really trying to find himself.
His hair's growing out,
He's desperately trying to find himself, son. And I can't help but root for him. I don't care, man. I'm a Troy guy, dog. He like, one thing since the movie on, I always felt like this actor played Troy with just enough sensitivity, just enough, like you say, vulnerability. And I just really think that's the mark of a great actor. You feel me? Because it's like, no matter what decisions that they make, bad or good, you still kind of want to root for him. You still kind of want to rock for him, and that's what Troy does for me in most cases, dog. You know, big ups to the writing, big ups to the actor. But as we get into this, when Troy leaves, he tells, and they have this little quick little Troy telling Reggie that he warmed him up.
Yeah, there's a little rapport about it.
And I really like their chemistry. Even in the episodes that come, I love Reggie and Troy like this. They used to be buddies, or they got this, you know, they have this really good friend chemistry that really...
you can kind of tell at some point they probably had some kind of relationship, and then they just went their separate ways.
They went their separate ways, and it happens in college at times. Right. Sometimes you in high school, in school, sometimes who you start with and who you end with, and you know, people take different routes. But I think that was one of the early first times in this season, at least, that they gave us that hint that they are like they're adversaries at times, but only fundamentally on like you know, Reggie for the cause and Troy trying to do whatever his daddy say, but not like, I hate you, nigga.
Yeah,
and even that,
two different places.
Yeah,
you know?
And that even was shown even in the end of the movie and in season 1 at times, where it's like, we just don't agree, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't, you know, and I like that they built on that as the season went on.
But I enjoyed their chemistry actually together. I kind of it's like
Reggie and Troy, or Dean Fairbanks and Reggie.
I'm sorry, yeah, Reggie and Troy.
Reggie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When we get to them later on, like I dig that. It's one of those things where it's like it's sad that it had to come about in that tragic fashion for them to sort of come together over that traumatic experience. But them together hanging out, man, it's like that's the best part of this episode for me.
Right,
Yeah, man, definitely. So we're gonna get to that, but like right now we got Dean Fairbanks trying to reach out to Reggie, and I really I get it. What?
Yeah, so I didn't like this because it just didn't seem genuine. It almost seemed kind of like he was still going by the book. And my whole thing was like, How you gonna try to reach out to this black man? You can't even get your own son together.
Yeah, just
like,
it rang as bullshit,
Yeah.
and I guess later on we discovered that it wasn't, but it's just initially because we've only seen him through Troy's eyes, really, or at least my perspective, the world I live in, or how I view him is through Troy's eyes,
right?
Or even that you brought to my memory too, Sam's eyes too as well. So it's like he's always really dealing, like what you were saying. I'm sorry, I think you were saying this, but he's always kind of dealing with an adversary, and it's just I'm like you're an asshole, sir. I don't really see this as an actual reach out. I just kind of feel like you're going through the motions.
But that's what makes I still feel like it's genuine because, like I said before, like with you only see him through Sam's eyes, we only see him through Troy's eyes, and in both of those instances, they are adversarial eyes. So it's a different perspective, it's a different interaction that he's going to have with both of those characters.
Yeah.
With Reggie, it feels more neutral. It feels more like, okay, I'm really trying to reach out to you because I see another black man on campus, and I want to see you win. I don't want you to be a statistic. That's one thing he even tells his own son. And a lot of times, what's in your household is so close for you to see where you're fucking up. But when you see somebody, another person, wayward student and wayward whoever, that you see, oh my God, they need help. I really feel like you're trying to reach out to him. At one point, Reggie steps up when he starts his bullshit. Reggie steps up to walk away because Reggie got a bullshitometer that's beautiful. Like he's very direct, and if he smell it, he gonna make his move. Right. But your boy Dean Fairbanks looked hurt. Like, I'm really trying here. I just don't even know if I know how to speak straight anymore. Right. You hear me? But I really feel like that's one key thing that they've kept consistent with Dean Fairbanks, bro. Even with Sam and him, it's not that he wants all these students to pass. I don't agree with you, but I don't want you to end up stereotypes. I need more of y'all to come through here and win. But my methods aren't always, too identifiable for either of all of these characters.
Yeah. And what's so funny is that the Dean really, in some ways, kind of parallels Troy. I know that's his son, but what I mean is that, like, what he's trying to condition his son into is what society has conditioned him into as a black man. Like,
even his
he's
job.
A black man working in this white ass school, trying to be the face of the black people who's still having to kiss the white man's ass. So it's like, that shit is very generational in a way. And I think that for him, I think he's probably conflicted as well, because not only is Troy his son, but he's also kind of, head on looking at, like, this is what that fucking conflict looks like.
To make you the best. And that's what we go back to that deal with us as black people oftentimes, how we got to be twice as good and we got to be super motherfuckers to get to the same spot that mediocre white people get, just get out of bed and just do. Right. And that's the thing that Dean Fairbanks is often fighting against. He sees how you have to be to achieve actual power, which we will get into in the future episodes. But like that is an interesting quirk about Dean Fairbanks. And once again, it goes back to the writing and direction. Justin Simeon got to get all kind of props because you can delve into even these side characters, like what you just brought up about Dean Fairbanks, and that gets explored, I think, mostly in this episode, even when he has to code switch and such. Yeah. And it's like, like, dang, Dean Fairbanks, especially in Troy episode, but like you're really straddling that line, and you taking this lick, and you just trying to make sure that all of these black students here don't just become just mediocre. Right. Don't become stereotypical. Don't become the cliched, man. He really wants you to win. And sometimes his method, like I said earlier, he's not the most personable, but he has your best freaking outlook. He got your best interest at heart.
He eventually wins me over by, at some point, I believe in this episode.
Pressing play, by the way.
Right. So I do dig him. I do eventually am on his side. He's a more interesting character, or more complex than I gave him credit for, really. Yeah.
This freaking scene of Reggie walking, and they show the two old white motherfuckers that's hanging up on his paintings, and they show this black man coming through this hall, and he just walking right in between them, like, yeah, y'all started this shit, and y'all expect me to be here. And while you walking through these halls of all these white people that started this shit, basically start having these flashbacks of the white ass cop pulling the freaking gun on him, and it's just an intense scene how this shit is set up. But go ahead, what you're saying, just to go back to finish your Dean Fairbanks thought, it was going in the background. I was like, oh shit, I love this shot. But go ahead.
No, it's all good. I've actually my brain had moved on. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, man.
But no, we're all good. We're all good. No, we can jump back into Reggie here.
Anxiety.
But yeah, I love the stuff that's to come, man. Like this is just like pure comedy. So my question to you guys.
Here goes J.Steel's favorite show, the
My
fake
favorite.
A-liner.
I keep forgetting her
Are
name.
they making so what is this? Are they making fun of
Yes.
of her?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into the scene with him and Coco, and one thing I did notice throughout this whole episode, they show him with different women dynamics and different characters
They
that we usually
do.
don't see him with, and it was really cool. I like this chemistry with Coco; it's very interesting. But we're gonna get to that. What you about to ask? You was about to ask somebody.
No, I was just G answered my J Steel answered my question. I was just wondering, well, like, are they making fun of her? Because like, are we?
They are. There's even an episode where she says, it's like a voiceover for the intro of the fake show, and she's like, I watched 3 episodes of Ayana Save My Life, and I did this and I did that, and I could hold my breath for like, she gives all these stupid ass qualifications, but one of them is that she like watched the episode. So that's how I got this job, and for some reason they hired me. So yeah, that's definitely supposed to be. I think it's called like Deidre something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Deidre, Derica, Danica, some shit like that.
Not Oprah, something like that. I can't
Something.
remember. Yeah, they say it later on, but God, it's bad.
It's hilarious.
It's very bad.
It's
no,
so
it is
bad.
hilarious. Yeah.
And so Reggie sits with, this is so crazy, this is going on in the background. So Reggie sits with Coco, and even Coco's kind of embarrassed that this is on. She's like, we can turn this off, we can change this, you know what I'm saying?
And then the subject matter, too.
Yeah, so fake Ayana is talking to this guy. She's kind of trying to fix his life. And, Jesus Christ.
I'm dying.
So the guy
dying.
basically had a gun pulled out of him. She's like, that gun represented a white man's penis. No, wasn't it?
No, she did say
Was
that.
it?
But the thing that made me laugh so hard was when he said, he made you run your shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I thought that was the funniest. I thought that was the funniest thing. But I'm
Yeah.
But yes. Run your shit. But then she's making that comment about it, and I thought that the reason made her wanted to turn the channel was because of the subject matter that they were talking about.
Yeah.
About having a gun being pulled
Yeah, I
out.
think so too. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
That was definitely what it was. And, Reggie and Coco have, running back. And once again, Reggie has chemistry with everybody, apparently. But once again, all these characters have chemistry with each other because
they do.
As you get into all these other episodes and see their dynamics, you're like, y'all play off nice.
Yeah, they all flow together in different ways.
So we get into this scene with my girl Joe.
So Joe comes up, and then there's this
Coco
character.
leaves.
Coco leaves, and then
it's Bible study time.
Yeah, it's Bible study time, and this dude that leads the Bible study. Do we have a name for this character? He comes up, and Joe comes up, and basically Coco's like, "Oh hell no, I'm getting out of here." And Reggie decides to stay.
He liked him some Coco though.
He sure did.
Boy, that pastor boy wanted them that that Coco.
He wanted them in that Coco. So so Reggie decides to stay for Bible study and pray with them, and they decide to start praying together or whatever. Everybody holds hands and they start praying, and there's this really funny moment coming up where. As they're praying, I think Joe and Reggie are talking, and at but you kind of see the chemistry right here. Like you really, really see the chemistry, and I like it. I mean, obviously we already know that because we already know Joe has a thing for Reggie, which is kind of dangerous in itself.
And Reggie's still trying to figure it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's interesting because you see he likes Joe. That nigga likes Sam too, so it's just
it's complicated, Right. They buddies. What do you do?
And Joe give him that out.
Yeah, so Joe tells him, do you want to leave before he starts giving all the adjectives to describe Jesus? And sure enough, he starts describing glorious, bountiful, merciful, glowing, electric Jesus. And she's like, Reggie's like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here now.
And was he try to leave? He run to Gabe.
Yeah, he running to Gabe, stupid ass.
Who keeps wanting to talk to him or whatever. And Reggie said, I'll let you know if I want to talk. I don't feel like talking. Everybody want to talk. Everybody want to know what I'm doing. Blah, blah, blah. Then Sam pop up in the background. And this is awkward because,
awkward.
Gabe and Sam broke up because, Sam and Reggie had sex. And
awkward.
Yeah, that was just, how things twist.
Super
and then
awkward.
Sam walked. And once again, I don't know if I want him to be with Sam or Joe. I like all of that.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell I want to have. It's just so complicated.
I know I don't want Sam with Gabe, and that pisses me off.
Gabe needs to go away.
Go away. Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
So we running up on Marty.
So right about now, when we're running into
we find out this went on at the same time as the first episode.
Right, yeah. We're making that time connection of Troy getting out, or I guess coming to visit, because we actually see Troy has gotten out earlier because he meets with his father. But this is our first time, I guess, going to the being on campus, and
connecting the
everybody.
linear storyline of in the last
Yep.
episode we saw when
Right.
Troy got out from Sam's point of view when she went to go get into.
And
but
now we're seeing it from Reggie's point of view.
Right.
And I appreciated that. I'm like, oh, okay, this is all happening at the same time.
once
That's
again,
dope.
I love it, and they
I
did that in the
love
first season, and they're just so good at this. And
They
you know,
are.
now we about to see that we didn't know that Reggie and Troy went and kicked it that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then they talk about the sympathy pussy, which
Yeah, they talk about the pity pussy.
We gonna call it pity pussy.
Pity pussy.
I like pity
The
pussy.
pity pussy. You feel
But
me?
yeah, that
so
conversation goes on for a second, and then they decide that they're about to go and get. I think the term was fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's hilarious because Troy talking about the pity pussy and Reggie like, wait, hold up. So shit went down, and all you get from this is you need to get more pussy, nigga.
Yeah, that's your takeaway.
Right, that's your takeaway. So now we down to Troy and they kicking it with Kurt. And
Yeah, which I didn't
Oh,
realize
God.
who that was the first time around.
Right.
because
It took me a second.
Because it's such a sharp recast.
Is this?
It's a sharp ass recast when you think about the Kurt on the movie.
Right.
And it's a sharp character turn because the Kurt on the movie was way more dickish than the guy on the Kurt here puts itself out.
Or is it that he's written more likable, or that the character kind of plays him more likable?
I think he's written more likable. I think it's both because sometimes
I
he
think
does
it is both.
I think
Yeah,
he says
okay. Me too.
assholeish
Me too.
things, but he delivers them not as seriously because that nigga in the movie was a dick.
Oh, he was a total ass.
He gave
He reveled in it.
Yeah, he reveled in a lot of the evil. One thing he did, and like I said, we find out at another point that he has a certain background with Troy or whatnot in future episodes. But one thing that I didn't get from the film is that they had that much of a history. But now that I think back on the film, in a way, I can buy it for the mere fact that at one point the Kurt in the film even told Troy, he was like, man, your dad, my dad, been playing this chess game since they were freaking, kids, since they were our age, you feel me? So, you know what I mean? So, I think when they got one-on-one in that part in the film, when he let down his whatever shtick and told Troy straight up, like, bruh, you dating my sister and you playing right into their hands, when you gonna stop being a pawn? Maybe that was to show us that, okay, y'all two know each other.
Right.
But I still feel like Troy in the film, like, almost was trying to impress Kurt. Not that they were like old buddies necessarily, unless he knew him from back in the day. They fell off for some time, and now he's trying to get back in good with him. Is what I'm supposed to retrospect put on the film relationship versus what we have here.
No, right.
I don't know. It's just interesting to look at because the character's written and portrayed much differently than, and even the way he pops up here, like he pops up at very curious moments on this show. Like when he pops up, I'm never really expecting it.
Yeah, right.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
True.
He's the token white guy.
He really is.
Is he the one saying shade in the background of all those scenes?
No, he's not in that
No.
class. He's not in that
Okay.
class. He's not in that
No.
documentary class. That would be hilarious though.
I know, right?
Feel me?
But yeah, so they're all hanging out.
And they speaking on that online meltdown that Sam is currently going through overnight from episode
Yeah.
1. And it was like, man, you gotta look it up, man. Look it up. And he Kurt's the one who shows them like, yeah, she tripping out. And
yeah, if this was the movie, I'd be looking at that guy as old Ivy.
Oh.
I'd be looking at him.
but that Kurt would be too obvious if it was the movie.
I guess. But it's like who else could it have been there? But it's like I guess with the show, there's a couple of different more angles you can look at.
I just think
and it's like, so now that y'all know who it is,
we're not gonna speak on that just yet.
Oh, okay.
We can't speak on
All
that.
right, fair
I wanna
enough.
say
Dang it.
something.
All right,
You
yeah,
know
I
what I
would
mean?
love to.
But all I
yeah.
can say, I'm not gonna announce. I'm not gonna gloat either.
Don't do it.
But not yet.
Oh,
But
man, you called it.
I mean, I called a part of it.
Okay.
He did.
You did. All right.
I
Fair
did.
enough.
So that's all
Gotta
we're gonna
give him
say
that.
on this episode.
Mr.
You know.
Call.
You have a very good track record of that. All right.
He does.
So Kurt gives them some drugs, some MDMA, and
Some
they all
Maryland,
get
Massachusetts.
fucked up.
Yep.
And they start, they start bonding. It's so like their dynamic. The three of them are like, I watched
it
them three kick
works.
it.
Right.
I watched Kurt, Troy, and fucking Reggie have a whole episode kick it, dog. They just funny together. I like
I'd
it.
watch a show with just the three of these guys, actually. Surprisingly, I didn't know I would, but I would.
I'll watch a show with each one of these characters.
Actually, you know what? Better said. Yes, I agree with that, too.
For real, because at a point when we find out more about old girl, Kelsey is her name.
Yeah.
Muffy.
Muffy.
She has layers,
Kelsey.
and so it's so funny about how that comes. But anyway, we're back with these guys. They having, they talking about race, they talking about life and such. And Kurt got to go take a walk because he made an ass of himself, but in a very smooth way. And now we have some time with Troy and Reggie. They kicking it, and we seeing the friendship, and you could tell that Troy is missing something genuine. And we can see that Reggie is as well.
Right.
They both missing some, like, not the pressure, just somebody could kick it with, dog. Like, because throughout this whole episode, Reggie looks so comfortable on these drugs with his nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
He does.
You hear me?
And he's so composed, too. Like, that's the thing, man, about him. Like, he still was on point, even when your boy was sitting there and they were having that conversation about, like, satire and where it's supposed to be aimed. And shit like that, and how they just, they just throw it out just to get a response and shit like that. Like, he was always on point.
Because he's him.
Yeah,
Right.
no matter
some people
what.
are fake. So if you get them fucked up, they're not going to be...
It's not the same experience.
But he feels this in his core. He's like, yeah, this is how I feel about you. And one great thing about Reggie is he tell it like it is to your face.
Yeah, he does. In a very smooth and sly way.
Yeah, no.
I love that.
And that's the cool part. Yeah, that's the cool part.
And I always slide. Sometimes very fucking direct. Right. And you be like, damn, Reggie just told that man that shit.
Right.
How's he going to react?
Oh, yeah, this thing that keeps coming up about the washcloth, too. That's another funny thing.
Oh, yeah.
I like that running joke.
And Troy was like, no, use a poof.
I use a poof, and it's
all
like,
right,
yeah,
my
all right,
nigga.
there we go.
Because, his
That works,
roommate
too.
is so freaking white. And, Reggie also tells Troy, his dad, he talks to his dad. But they made fun of his dad on this part. It comes later, I think, at some point where he tells Troy, like, yeah, he really reaching out. Or maybe it was also in this conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, like, just watching these guys kick it, and then Troy says he want to do more drugs, and we seen the descent of Troy. It's like, before we get into a Troy episode, we're watching from everyone else's point of view the deconstruction of Troy Bomber.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
yeah, and I think they also talk about their sympathy pussy again, and they talked about.
Yeah, we get a little white chick. I'm sorry, what you were saying.
I just want to know about. Is it in this conversation that they also spoke about being former friends, or is that
They
later?
do. I think
Is it in
they
this
do
combo?
briefly bring it up. Yeah, they said something
Like what happened
about,
with us? We just went our different ways. That happens here, right?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, with the white girl, we get into these.
Oh yeah, so he gets another white chick come up to him, basically throw him some sympathy pussy, like, oh Troy, got so turned on when I saw you staring down the gun and I heard about it. And then of course we go to this really cool montage of Reggie
White girl
having sex
banging.
with all these women
Until he's bored as fuck.
exactly. And once he gets to the third
That's
woman
not real.
in the same night, he's
That's
like,
not real.
okay,
That's
this
not
is
real.
boring.
This nigga's just looking around.
He's like,
That's
yeah,
not real.
I'm just sitting
Ladies,
here
if a
fucking.
guy yawns the guy yawns while you're fucking, you might have a problem.
You might want to stop him.
Now, where's the woman in here that is busy?
I said too.
Dude.
The second time I watched it, I'm like, wait a minute.
That's
Y'all
two
are so
different
ignorant,
men.
man. So, like, after the sex montage, dog, Reggie's laid up in his bed is the shot that we seen. We see definitely that it looks like Reggie is in a bed that only fits himself. This, of course, makes sense later. But he wakes up to the motherfucking cop in his face again. Oh, that's how they play.
Oh, that's not fair enough. Touche.
Never mind.
We see what you did there.
The second time around.
We see it now. We
So,
see it now. They
what you
tricked
just
us.
heard, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of 3 people with egg on their faces. So, in this shot, they show that he's in the shot that we just described. He's laying in a bed that looks like it's only a bed that fits him, and it shows him just in a bed. So then, we're gonna get into what happens. Then he has the dream. I mean, he sits up and he sees the cop aiming the gun at him, and then he wakes up from that. So that's a dream sequence, and then they make the camera go higher. So now, in our reviewing, we see, oh no, he is in a bed that's big enough for 2 people.
Yeah.
So when the woman pops up later in his bed, yes, it was
like,
plausible.
okay, that
There's
makes
wrong.
sense.
We thought
Okay.
it was the same, but they tricked us. It was a great trick. It was a great setup.
Sneaky,
Great
sneaky.
setup.
Good for you.
That's why you have to watch things more than once, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So Reggie wakes up to something that none of us want to wake up
Oh
to.
my God, he wakes up to his white ass roommate.
An ugly white
This
man.
dude is standing up there like a little bitch with a list of issues that he has about Reggie's drinking and why they're problems. And the first one is like, when you drink, you hurt my feelings because I tell you things and you don't remember them. I told you I'm sad. Oh my God.
And you had an
Reggie,
orgy
like you
spree.
forget everything.
Reggie, why are you doing this?
That's
You gonna stop this? You gonna stop this Gamby
Fuck
slander?
Gamby. Gamby's gonna get slaughtered in every review of any show. Fuck Gamby.
Yup, he sure will.
Forever.
Or the white boy often, I'm glad that Reggie ended his night with a bad black girl though.
Yeah, she is bad.
Like
Right.
he got bored fucking the 3 white girls, and then he went and got him a black girl to go to sleep with.
Right.
Good shit. Good shit. That's a good. There you go, Reggie. And the white man would go fetch y'all a hot pocket, so even better. So with the open mic, with the open mic with Joe and Reggie. You feel me? And I think this is when Joe is about to sing, right? And she kills that song.
Oh, yeah. This is a story he told, too. He said that they were out doing karaoke, and he heard her singing that one
The director?
night. Yeah, the director. Justin Simeon. Yeah, I would heard her doing a karaoke one night with the cast, and he was like, I'm going to put that in the script. And, so he put it in this one.
Okay.
Which was real dope. So
that's really dope. Yeah, I didn't expect for her to sing initially. I was like, oh, is she going to,
I thought she was gonna spit poetry, but
right. Me too.
So we got Lionel and what's the dude name?
I don't know
Silvio.
Dang it,
Silvio's name.
Lionel's so adorable. I love him.
Yeah, still trying to impress Silvio, and it's just funny seeing the dynamic of Lionel having friends and everybody's just accepting.
Are we talking about the next episode too, or are we just doing?
Oh, we're gonna watch episode 3 in a second.
Okay, cool. All right, so
we're gonna get to it when we get to it because I don't even know. I don't remember which episode is next.
Yeah, I don't.
It's Lionel's next.
Okay, cool. So Joe gets up to do a song, and through this, this white girl basically jumps up and gives her some pity pussy right when it seemed like she was connecting through her song with Reggie, and that was so unfortunate.
Yeah.
And Reggie, you heard me, and I think it was one of the women in the montage that he
it was
sat there,
it was the second one
in her seat.
It was the second girl he fucked that comes up and is like, "Hey, baby." That's what I imagined. She was saying, "Hey, baby, I enjoy that pain vulnerable dick."
Yeah. Wow.
Sad dick. Sorry.
Okay. And Reggie. And Reggie acting like he's completely oblivious. But
Joe is pissed. So, Joe has that look that every girl has on her face when she done peeped some shit, and she like, nigga, I saw you, but I'm not gonna say nothing. Good night.
So was this a date?
I don't know. I feel like they just kicking it, but still at the same time.
Do you think he was in the wrong there?
I think wait. I don't think he was in the wrong because that girl sat in that seat and started talking to him.
Right.
So he didn't invite her.
And he didn't really do anything.
He didn't invite
she just
her
said
there.
What she had to say.
For the most part,
So whether it was a date or not, what he's supposed to do.
Okay, cool. All right. So
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was a date.
But I do understand. But I do understand why she felt some kind of way for the mere fact that I was singing this song for you.
Exactly. Because
I was singing. You heard the words.
Mind, at the end of the day, she is totally into Reggie.
You better call Reggie. You hear me? Every word lined up in the song being all lovey-dovey, and then the girl sat there right at the time when she talking about motherfucking. It all lined up. It was a great damn scoring how they put all it together. So she said all this played out while I sang, nigga. You let that whole sit in my seat.
Yeah, that's that drove.
It's not Reggie's fault, but any man in his position is gonna be in trouble.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah. See,
agreed.
Period. That was just one of those you can't win. There's no
can't
logical
anything,
win.
You
just gotta let her be mad in the moment. She gonna be good, as we see later in this episode. She don't hate him forever.
Right.
But that's one of those no man possible was gonna withstand
you can do
that. Then this was not even, this was a freaking bad white bitch. Yeah. So it's not even like it was like, cause this is pro black ass freaking Joe with the dark skin, and she already feeling like she playing second fiddle to the red chick, the mixed girl. So this whole half naked ass white girl sat next to my man, and my chocolate ass is singing to him right now, and you got the nerve to nigga, you supposed to.
And then he was smiling and shit. You don't smile.
You showed him my pearly whites, and I'm claiming already.
You look straightforward. You don't breathe.
You supposed to kick this white bitch out of the motherfucking chair. Nigga, I seen Malcolm X, and you supposed to throw her. She's supposed to kiss your feet and get the hell out. What you doing, Reggie X? What you doing?
better pretend you got an imaginary friend next to you. You better pretend ain't nobody there.
You supposed to just look forward at me, and the whole time that she talking to you, you looking at me singing, and you gonna be like, I can't hear you. I can't hear what you're saying, white girl to my left, because all I see is this beautiful Nubian black woman up here singing her soul to me, and I'm just gonna smile all my pearly whites at her. If you crack a joke, guess where I'm looking while I'm smiling? At the stage. If I think something is funny by the way that she sing or the way you smell, guess where I'm going to laugh and smile as if I'm feeling good? At the stage. Anything happen, I might fart. You might get disgusted. But guess what's going to go down? All my positive energy going to be directed at this bad, beautiful motherfucker singing to me at the stage. God damn it. So we've explained now. We know how to get out of that. When I thought at the top of this conversation, I didn't know how to get out of it. But that's how to get out of it. And niggas ignore the motherfucker that's sitting in the seat.
Contact.
You do not break eye contact with the beautiful woman that's singing to you on the stage. Right. And if that left side motherfucker feel played, she gonna just feel played. You can blame it on post-traumatic stress disorder. You didn't hear it because you was having a blackout moment. Call it a life. God. And Joe gonna feel not bad. So as we move on to the next scene.
Thank you. That's what you do.
All right. And so now we get to see a different side, a softer side of Sears.
So this is when I actually started to believe Dean Fairbanks. So we get Reggie again. Definitely. He goes to his office and they take a little stroll, and he starts talking to him, and kind of building a little bit of rapport. And that's when I was like, okay, I think he actually does care.
Right.
I think he actually does kind of give a shit. I think he actually is being, talking to him brother to brother, as he likes to say. In this moment.
He was being real personal and telling those stories about sort of how it was when he was, what did he call it? Cracker crazy? Mm-hmm. Being, not seeing a lot of black faces, and I used to get in his car and just drive until he found a spot where people looked like him. It was some sort of restaurant or whatever, his rah-rah he called it. Mm-hmm. And how the people there felt like they had an inside person to the white folks or whatever, the college. They had an inside track, and and just a place where he felt welcomed and stuff like that. So
I thought that was great delivery from the actor. Like you said, it really opened up once again another side of Dean Fairbanks, and like once again, and when you show it in the shadow of Troy wanting this. From the other scenes, it's almost heartbreaking, but it's exactly what Reggie needed. He needed a father figure, a black man, an older black man to connect with him, because there's certain things that this white ass therapist is not going to understand.
Right? Yeah. And you can see the difference of how Reggie opens up. He says, "I'm having panic attacks. I can't sleep. Like, this is real shit, and it's actually affecting him." And like you said, it definitely kind of contrasts the way he was with the fucking therapist, which is ironic because that's the nigga, like, that's what you do.
But he needed that connection. He needed that connection. When your boy told that story, I think Reggie could. I think if you're the minority, if you're a small speckle at a white school like this, you feel me pausing because some real shit about to happen.
Right.
But if you're a speckle at a white school like this, you feel me? That story of wanting to get out, trying to see somebody that look like you, that's deep. Right. And have to walk so far, you only eat at this spot because it reminds you
20 minutes away.
Come on, son. Yeah. That right there made me realize who Fairbanks is right in that monologue. It made me go, you know what, Fairbanks? I see you, bro. This whole scene, really.
I see. What I really appreciated though was the no bullshit to see these white folks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the come. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's part of this whole scene with him.
That. Yeah, I was just like, that's kind of the game I play.
And it makes you it make me look at him tragically as well. Because like you said, I can respect his hustle in the game. I didn't even look at it like that. But when you say it like that, it's like, you know what? He is gaming them motherfuckers. And he is trying to show all these black people from Reggie to Troy and even Sam. Sam frustrates him because Sam is so anti-establishment. And he is so, we got to work within the establishment to change the establishment and let's play the game. And that's just not going to be Sam. She want to burn it down and rebuild anew in a better way. So that's why they fundamentally will never get it. You feel me? But Reggie, like, he's coming at Reggie in a different capacity. You feel me? Not even like at his movement. He coming at Reggie, like, you know what I mean, man to man. Like, look, man, human to human. Because I even think if Sam needed a human situation with Dean Fairbanks, he'll put down his sword. And that's what I feel like I'm learning right now about him. Or at least I would hope he would do that with Sam, because it seems like when we see him in certain situations, you see another side of him, especially in future episodes.
He has potential.
He has a potential. Like I don't think he's ever going to be freaking Mr. Feeney. But
that's a very high bar.
You dig? But I just love that we got to see like him getting broken down. Got to see his point of view, and once again, I felt sorry for the fact of like this was explained even in the film, man. He's more qualified than Kurt's dad, but he's not where Kurt's dad is, specifically because he's black and that's something he has to deal with. And that's why one of the reasons why he's so hard on all of them. You dig?
Yeah.
So because he don't want them to be where he at, but then he want them to know the game.
Right.
But he needs to have more of these walks in the parks with some of these more of his black students, man. Because we wouldn't know that if Reggie didn't almost get shot. Yeah. You heard me? We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know, son. And that's what's frustrating. And I think that's a frustrating thing in society at times when we don't connect with our elders, man. They got things about our parents and our grandparents that, like, if you sit down and if you let them run a story and you kick it, you be like, wait, what? Especially as an adult. Like, there's certain things you didn't like. There's certain stories you always heard growing up. Always. And then when you become an adult, they tell you this other random ass story that you like.
You're like, wait, what?
That shit wasn't in
Y'all
the canon.
did what?
Wait,
Right,
what?
that's what happened.
You used to sell weed? What the fuck? Like, wait, what?
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Oh.
You bought what?
You're like, yeah, baby, your
who you
Uncle Tommy
stabbed?
was actually
Who you
my
stabbed?
What you
wife.
buried?
Yeah.
Nigga, mom? Dad? You almost said your government name out my mouth. I'm so confused. I'm so conflicted. I love you. So, and that's what Reggie's just going through. I'm looking at, talking to Dean Fairbanks. I'm so confused. I'm so conflicted. I love you. But present play, man, Reggie.
Yeah, so in the middle of the conversation, they heart to heart, he sees the fucking cop.
Dog, this nigga went from
the party that almost shot him, and he starts flipping the fuck out because
He
he's
went
like,
from
nigga, what the fuck do you mean you taking care of it?
that pain face.
That nigga is right there.
You know, before he even argued with Dean Fairbanks, that look he had on his face when he first realized and recognized who that was, like, got me, dog. Like, once again, Reggie's kid. Before the look of death, when he first see him, it's not even a look of death, my dude. It's really like, what the fuck? He's afraid, and it's like a bunch of things at once. I went back because I want to catch that face again. Dean Fairbanks talking about like therapy and such, and you know he talking about
talking about
the
how
white
most
people.
how most.
Oh,
kids,
there it is right there.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. I think I missed it. Let me see if it's the one I wanted. There it is. Look at that face, man. It's like he's pissed, but he's also hurt.
Yeah.
But he also he's so conflicted. Dog, that actor is portraying.
That's when you see that vulnerability, that pain.
My
When you see the
nigga.
fucking trauma.
And then when I press play, so the next time you see him, once he processes what he taking in, instant, I'm about to kill this nigga, dog.
Yeah.
And that's when Dean Fairbanks grabs him physically. I did not expect that. He physically grabs Reggie and swings him on the other side and has this great back and forth with him. They need to calm down. And oh my God, and Reggie talking about how, like, you know, he'll rent a cop and how this man she should pay for what he did. And he just feeling like, nah, nigga, y'all. You know, he said, I don't want him to pay. I want him to feel small like he made me feel. And I think that's a feeling I've always felt after every situation I've had with a cop.
Yep.
Honestly.
That has to echo what so many black people and black men especially have gone through with the police, because in those moments you feel helpless. Like, you take away my humanity, my autonomy, my masculinity, and you fucking reduce me to nothing. Like,
dude, they do it so often. A cop will talk to you like an absolute child. Like, sometimes cops will make me harken back to when they used to call out, like, grandfather's boy and shit, and they're a grown-ass man. That's how I feel when a lot of cops talk to a nigga when they pull you over and shit. It's like, dog, like, you can talk to me like a human, yeah, son. Like, I understand that you got to have a certain facade about yourself to seem tough. Like, you can't be tested around all these, niggas that would be killers. But also, as a police officer, I feel like you should have the discernment to figure out when you're dealing with a goddamn motherfucking, I don't know, Tekashi 6ix9ine, nigga, and when you're dealing with a goddamn Carlton Banks. I mean, I would hope that your training will help you see who you need to be aggressive with and who you shouldn't. They got this freaking story in the news right now about a 65-year-old black woman just got freaking dragged out her car by these police officers, getting cursed out, and this lady screaming her fucking ass off. And I'm like, cop, that's a 65-year-old lady, and you dragging her out the car, cursing her out and handcuffing her because she don't want to sign a ticket? Are we really being? Are you serious right now? You hear me? Sometimes that power trip is nuts to me, dog. So it's like, I understand why my nigga have anxiety. I understand why that feeling of wanting just, you know what, this nigga here, fuck him, on taking it in my own hands. But luckily, Dean Fairbanks let him understand, like, look, bruh, he made you feel small for a moment, but he just a rent-a-cop, nigga. You're in the Ivy League school as a black man. It's one thing is more important than the other, dog. Right. I always say success is the only revenge, dog. And really, dog, most truthfully, dog, it is in this instance. You gonna throw it all away for him? For real? I just don't, but I feel like Reggie feels how we all feel when we look at motherfuckers get shot in the street, man. Like, do y'all really think he gonna get punished?
No.
Right, no.
And I think that's a part of it. Reggie kind of feels like it mirrors a lot of what happens in society when people, when these police officers get off for killing and fucking with our black people and with our black men. Like, he knows, like, man, ain't nothing about to happen to this nigga. Like, this dude is right here, right now.
And if y'all were gonna do something, he wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly.
So
it's disrespectful.
So now we back here with. I love this shot. This is when Reggie is leaning against the wall. And all the characters that he's interacted with throughout this episode at different points are just all walking past him. He's just watching them all go by. We see the white girl that he had sex with that gave him the pretty pussy. We see Troy looking like he about to get some more sympathy pussy. That leads us to Joe, who walks by. She give him a look up. Nah, I ain't mad no more. We gonna talk later. You know what I mean? He just looking. He has reactions to each one of them. We have Gabe come in. As one goes out of the frame, another one walks past. It comes in the frame, and it just was like a cool little sequence.
Yeah, it was a question of like who's he waiting for? It's like all the characters we know walk past him. It's like, oh, not them.
Except for Sam. I thought I was gonna see Sam, but I didn't.
Right? Yeah, we didn't see Sam. Yeah, and then Gabe comes in, stops, and we see that's who he's been waiting for.
And once again, and I realized that this is when this is the shot that sets up for what Sam sees. Remember, Sam had a 2-day binge, so this happened on that day before she realized. That this got recorded, and then at the end of her binge, she saw this in her
like a trailer for it or something.
Yeah, and this is when it happened. And remember, she never watched it.
Right,
she saw Reggie
started it.
She started it. Yeah. Reggie said one thing, and then she paused it, so she didn't even get to even hear what Reggie said. She just saw that. Oh, at least at this point,
because we didn't see it. It stopped for us when it stopped for her. So we got to see, a lot, pretty much the entire, or not the entire. I guess maybe the first. Quarter of it.
And this is an interesting story. Reggie starts his thing with Gabe with about how he saw this white woman coming towards him on the street, and he crossed the street because he know that that white people go through this little thing of should I cross the street, should not cross the street, but he make me feel comfortable. So he said I just made a decision for her because I just crossed the street. You hear me? And it's just wait, what did he say here? This was some shit. Let me bring it back.
Through looking at myself. How other people see me or something
like that. Oh my God.
It's something like that he says. Something to that effect.
Last week, let me turn this part up.
And I cross the street. Every time I see one of them, I know they thinking, cross the street, don't cross the street. No, I look racist. I'm a good person who doesn't pose a threat, but they see me as one. And that is a threat to me.
Damn.
So, to the oppressive class, what's the takeaway?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I'm done seeing myself through other people's eyes. I'm telling you what's going on beneath my skin. That's my takeaway.
Oh, this is the first one. They did it slick.
Talk about this.
I'm sorry. I just stepped over his words. What he said just now. I just caught. Wait.
That's my takeaway.
That's my takeaway.
I don't give a fuck about this.
That it's a certain freedom that you could see that you could see that he's beginning to get free of his issue at the end of this because he's like about to release it in this interview and such. But what I noticed was, man, the classic Justin Simien situation when a character has reached a certain point of epiphany or whatnot, they look at the fucking camera.
Yeah.
And like I thought the first one came later because when it hit us later in the season, I was like, oh shit, we like niggas after like, oh, they did the look at the camera thing. But that is actually the first one. Technically, they just did it from Gabe's camera. The look in the camera trick. He just did it at the end of his. In a way, Reggie's the first one that does it. Is what I'm saying. That's trippy. I didn't catch it.
No, your girl does it too. Everybody does it, right?
I don't know if Sam does it in the first episode.
Yeah, because she's crying and then Jesus Walks plays.
And she's looking in the camera.
Yeah.
Because it's way more like obvious to me when they look at the camera. Because in the Sam one, she was already looking straight. So I just took it as if she's looking straight, but you are right. You can take that as her looking in the camera. This Reggie one, he did the thing and he looked in the camera, but once again, it's a misdirect because it's through Gabe's camera. Right. But the ones that come later are like sharks.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, shit.
It's like we're in your world watching you, then you looked at me, nigga, and I like when he does that shit, but it's funny. Like, you know what I mean? It's way more subtle in these earlier instances.
Agreed, yeah.
Great episode.
Amazing episode.
Makes me want more Reggie.
Not the weed. But it gets to a point where I don't think we should even grade this show.
No.
Because that's one thing I said. I decided I'm not going to do with Atlanta. I'm not going to grade it because it's like certain shows beg to be graded to me because they be up and down. But something about this show, I said from so far this whole season, they're going to be things that we like, things that we don't like. But none of this sucks.
No.
Like,
right, agree.
You know what
Totally
I mean?
agree.
So it's like we're never going to get to a point where any of us, I don't think any of us going to come in any of these episodes and be like, man, that episode sucked. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're always going to be like, I didn't like this. But like, the writing is always so tight. The shots are always so tight. The story, how they present things, is always so tight. We could grade it if you want. I'm just throwing it out there like.
I don't think we need to.
We can give how we feel about it, but I don't even think we need to even grade it because I don't know. I can tell you, spoiler alert, the next few episodes, I'm not going to have bad things to say about it technically, even if I don't agree with all the characters, and fuck Gabe at all times. But you know.
Yeah, fuck Gabe.
What? Fuck Gabe, definitely. I third that. I had said something early on at the beginning to the effect of like it's definitely a different experience digesting it one by one, but as a whole, I don't know. I just kind of look at it as what I've seen now as just a whole. It's just as a whole, this thing works amazingly, and I like you echo what you say, man. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Like I don't know if I said this on mic, but I did not care for episode 8. But you know, but
it's on there now.
It's on there now. But I don't really have anything bad to say, you know. So I'm always gonna come out on top of this, and I'm enjoying it the second time around too. I had to stop myself because, you know, it's just so addictive that I was going to go.
It's definitely addictive. We didn't get that much into the Old Ivy mystery directly, but as we all know, we're being delicate about this. They still touched it in a slick way.
Oh,
in this episode,
right? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying in general. In this episode, they still didn't drop. They didn't drop it. If you know what I'm saying.
Right, okay, yeah. Agreed, yeah.
Especially watching it twice. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so it's like, you know, we still keeping the story going forward. We're showing how the stories connect. And, you know, we got to know, like, Reggie a bit more and what's his motivations. And it's not that he's just, because once again, if you just watch the movie, it just seems like he's one of these revolution niggas, but he just, he waiting for Sam Lee. And really, it's in him already. He was raised to be a leader of whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he has his own issues, but his issues aren't necessarily even Sam related. It's shit he got dealing with himself. And once again, I could watch a season of each one of these characters, and Reggie just proved like, man, y'all can go some time with this. Right. With this series. What you saying, final thoughts, J.Steel?
Yeah, I really like this episode, and I like kind of unpacking everything that Reggie went through, and seeing the different layers of what it's like to go through something traumatic like that. You know, to see kind of like at first he was really shaken up and scared and just kind of traumatizing, and to see him trying to deal with it and cope with it, and the hallucinations of the white police officers, the anger, the continued denial, and then finally at the end we kind of get his acceptance and him starting to deal and cope with it and go back to his sort of like rebellious, you know,
fuck about
his strong nature. Like, I love that about him. So I definitely love this episode. And I also like how this episode how this episode ties in with the first episode, and how all of this is happening at the same time, and we get to see different pieces and parts of these same, what was it, like 2 days?
So far, it's like within like it's a 2-day period. Yeah. It's a 2-day period. Yep.
So yeah, I definitely I love this episode, and I absolutely adore Reggie. I think he's awesome.
Agreed.
So yep, that was our conversation on volume 2, episode 2 of Reviewing Them Dere White People. You heard me? Them there. So this, once again, send all your email to reviewingdat@gmail.com. See, I just made one. We got one now. Reviewing that with a D. Reviewing that gmail.com. Any requests for future films, any requests for future shows, let us freaking know, and we gonna review that there.
Who
you
that?
hear me?
We reviewing that.
Who that? We gonna review that there. You dig? So that was episode 2, man. For I'm gonna just say it's for episode 3. You're gonna have to click over, man. It's gonna most likely already be there. But I just want to close out this episode. This that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats as usual. Well, I'm getting out for now, but once again, see you for episode 3. Can't wait to get into it. You said it's a Lionel episode, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let them know who you are just to close out this one.
Oh, hey, I'm J.Steel.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you J.Steel?
Maybe. You can find J.Steel on the Misbelief Radio Show and also podcast at TheMisbelief.podbean.com. You can also find me on Instagram at IamJSteel_. Also follow my food blog at FatGirlNola.
Yeah.
Do that.
You can find me, Marty, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Also on lowrainpictures.com. Check out Your 30 with Marty and the American Observer.
You gotta wake your high ass up, man.
I do, man.
Come on, man. We got more episodes to watch. When you come on the Potty Mouth Pothead Podcast is the domain. You gotta pep it up, baby.
That's all right. I got me another Red Bull.
I'm
all good. We're gonna make this happen, baby.
So this for episode 2. The 3 of us, we jumping right in episode 3. So if y'all got it in you, come on, click on over, man. We gonna go through this. We're gonna review this here. Review that there.
Sure is.
Review them there.
What?
You hear me?
Where they at?
We got to stop fighting. Your brother cannot be your enemy.